to Shakespeare-In-The-Park. We welcome all of you here to Shakespeare's magical musical mystery. No, that's, hold on. Shakespeare's, let's see, musical Christmas Carol. There we go. All right. Okay. And the first act of this, and you can look on page 4 to find the order of the acts on this Saturday, 12/16, that's today. And you'll see what's going on. And they're going to do 2 songs. The magical musical squad are going to do 2 songs. And then we will have our group do Shakespeare's musical Christmas Carol. And you, I forgot to say this last night, you can sing along with the songs. Starting on page 5 are the lyrics to all the songs. And we encourage you to sing along. I'll be in the audience singing along too, so you got to drown me out, please. Okay? All right. So now I give you the magical musical squad.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. The Magical Musical Squad is a fun and creative platform designed by you for youth to express themselves artistically through dance, music, art, poetry, rap, musical instruments, media arts, and through educational activities, events, and games to learn self-awareness, compassion, and practical life skills. We are working to fine-tune our voices and our jingle we created. So please, welcome our drummer, Lisa Mack.
Just to let you know, normally we have this in the program, but we don't. We have a few members that couldn't show up today, so I am not the drummer. And I don't drum. So you're going to get what you get. But I would just like to say thank you all for supporting the Shakespeare-In-The-Park and Grace Church and the Magical Musical Squad. And I'd like you guys to put great hands to our musical director, Ms. Marsha.
Magical music squad.
remind you, for those of you who don't know, if this is your first time visiting Grace Church, bathrooms to my left, to your right. And the church service starts at 9:30 on Sunday. When does the Christmas service start?
Christmas Eve at 6 p.m. And everyone is welcome. It's a beautiful service. We sing Silent Night by Candlelight and have a little children's pageant. So come.
Thank you. And now, Shakespeare's musical Christmas Carol. Shakespeare's musical Christmas Carol. Scene 1, Scrooge's office on Christmas Eve.
Scrooge was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. Hard and sharp as flint, from which no steel had ever struck out a generous fire. Secret and self-contained, and solitary as an oyster. The cold within him froze his old features, nipped his pointed nose, shriveled his cheek, stiffened his gait, made his thin lips blue, his eyes red, and spoke out shrewdly in his grating voice. There was a frosty brightness on his head, his eyebrows and his wiry chin. He carried his own low temperature with him, and he thought even 1 degree in Christmas. The door of Scrooge's old counting house was open so he might keep his eye upon his clerk, Bob Cratchit, who in a dismal little cell beyond, a sort of hop, was copying letters. Scrooge had a very small fire, but the clerk's fire was so very much smaller that it looked like only one coal. And Cratchit couldn't replenish it, because Scrooge kept the coal box close at hand. So surely as the clerk came near, Scrooge shut it tightly.
Scene 2, Scrooge's bedroom the night before Christmas.
Scrooge took his melancholy dinner in his usual melancholy tavern. Having read all the newspapers, he spent the rest of the evening with his banker's book, and then went home to bed. He lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner, Jacob Marley. It was a gloomy suite of rooms where it had so little business to be, and was old enough now, and dreary. Nobody lived in it but Scrooge, the other rooms being all let out as offices. The yard was so dark that even Scrooge, who knew its every stone, was compelled to grope with his hands. The fog and frost so hung about the black old gateway of the house that it seemed as if the fog sat in mournful meditation on the threshold. Scrooge had not bestowed one thought on Marley since his last mention of his 7 years dead partner that afternoon. So, then explain to me, if you can, how it happened that Scrooge, having his key in the lock of the door, saw in the knocker, without its undergoing any visible process of change, not a knocker, but Marley's face. You will be haunted by 3 spirits. Without their visits, you cannot shun the path I travel. Expect the first visit tomorrow, when the bell tolls 1. The second, the next night at the same hour. And the third, when the bell, last stroke of midnight, stops vibrating. For your own sake, remember what has passed between us.
Scene 3, Christmas past. Weird sisters of Macbeth.
Molly's ghost bothered Scrooge exceedingly. Every time he resolved within himself that it was all a dream, his mind flew back again like a strong spring released to its original position, and he had the same problem to be worked all through. Was it a dream or not? Scrooge lay in this state until the chime had gone 3/4 more, when he remembered all of a sudden that the ghost had warned him of a visitation when the bell tolled 1. He resolved to lie awake until the hour was past, considering that he could no more go to sleep than go to heaven. This was his wisest resolution. Ding dong, ding dong, ding ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. The hour of 1 himself, and nothing dull, hollow, melancholy one. Lights flashed up in the room upon the instant, and the curtains of his bed were drawn aside by 6 hands.
We are the ghosts of Christmas past, transported from Eve near Macbeth's castle.
What was Merry Christmas to Scrooge? Out upon Merry Christmas! What good had it ever done to him? Then his school comes into view. It is not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left alone. It is Ebenezer. Scrooge's old boss, Fezziwig, led everyone in dances. There were dances and more dances, and there were forfeits and more dances. And there was cake, and there was a great piece of cold roast, and there was a great piece of boiled turkey, and there were mince pies, and plenty of beer. But the great effect of the evening came after the roast was boiled, when the fiddler struck up a new tune. Then old Fezziwig stood out to dance with Mrs. Fezziwig. Top couple, too. When the clock struck 11, the domestic ball broke up. Mr. and Mrs. Fezziwig took their stations on either side of the door, and shaking hands with every person individually as he or she went out, wished all a Merry Christmas. Shadows of the past, shadows of the past, shadows of the past.
Leave me! Take me back! Haunt me no longer!
Scene 4, Christmas present, Hamlet's father's ghost.
Now, being prepared for almost anything, he was not by any means prepared for nothing. And consequently, when the bell struck 1 and no shape appeared, he was taken with a violent fit of trembling. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a quarter of an hour went by, yet nothing came. All this time he lay upon his bed, the very core and center of a blaze of ruddy light, which streamed upon it when the clock proclaimed the hour, and which, being only light, was more alarming than a dozen ghosts. It was the ghost of Christmas present, Hamlet's father.
Look upon me. Thou hast never seen the like of me before. I am known to provoke action in a world of inaction by holding up a mirror to thy life. I will take you to our precious house to show you what I mean.
Scrooge only thought the worst. Suppose it should not be done enough. Suppose it should break in turning out. Suppose somebody should have got over the wall of the backyard and stolen it while they were merry with the goose. All sorts of horrors were supposed. Hello? A great deal of steam. The pudding was out of the copper. A smell like an eating house and a pastry cook's next door to each other. That was the pudding. Mrs. Cratchit entered, flushed but smiling proudly, with the pudding like a speckled cannonball, so hard and firm, blazing in a snifter of ignited brandy, and adorned with Christmas holly stuck into the top. At last the dinner was done. The fire swept, the tasted jug considered perfect, and a shovelful of chestnuts on the fire. All the Cratchit family drew round the hearth and toasted Christmas. A Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us. And Tiny said,
God bless us, everyone.
If nothing changes in the future, none will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he better do it and decrease the surplus population. To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast. Scrooge said, "Am I in the presence of the spirits of Christmas yet to come?"
Holy Spirit of the future, I fear you more than any other, but I am prepared to bear your company and do it with a thankful heart.
As Scrooge and Caesar's spirit of the future flew over London, all the wonder and joy of Christmas activities The merchants laughed because none of them would go to his funeral unless they were paid to do so. Then Scrooge and the future spirit flew over one of the poorest sections of town where Scrooge had never been before. The ways were foul and the shops and houses wretched. The people half naked, drunken, slipshod, ugly. They saw scavengers fighting over the last few shreds of Scrooge's abandoned home.
Spirit, I see. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Merciful heavens, what is this?
Scrooge was jolted once again as the spirit pointed to a grave in the cemetery.
Before I draw nearer to that stone to which you point, answer me one question. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or are they shadows of the things that may be?
Men's courses will foreshadow certain ends. If persevered in, they must lead to a certain end. But if the courses change, the ends will change.
Ebenezer Scrooge! Guys, then came from my bed with you.
Yes!
Kneeling at my graveside, looking at my life, I have been so cruel, I have been unkind. If I get another chance, I would turn around. Kneeling at my graveside, staring at the ground.
Pointing to your graveside, looking at your death, not much to redeem you. Time is running out. You may get another chance. Futures can be changed. Pointing to your graveside, running round your grave.
Kneeling at my graveside with a second heart, I will honor Christmas, keep it in my heart. Every day's another sun, I will make it shine. Standing at my graveside, I will drink the wine.
The spirits of the past, present, and future will strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons they teach. I will sponge away the writing on this stone.
Scene 6, Making Amends.
I will live in the past, the present, and future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. O Jacob Marley, heaven and its society degrades this. I say upon my knees, O Jacob, on my knees.
He was so flustered and so glowing with good intentions that his broken voice would scarcely answer to his call. Scrooge's ghost of Christmas future left him wet with tears, but giddy with happiness at his second chance.
The shadows of the things that would have been are dispelled. I am as light as a feather. I am as happy as an angel. I am as merry as a schoolboy. I am as giddy as a drunken man. A Merry Christmas to everybody. A Happy New Year to all the world.
Scrooge went to church and walked about the streets with pleasant greetings for all, patting children on the hand, giving money to beggars, looking into kitchens of houses and up to the windows. All of this gave him great pleasure to his great delight. After passing a particular door a dozen times, he found the courage.
Why, bless my soul! Who's that? I can't believe it! It's Uncle Scrooge!
Wonderful party, excellent games, fabulous food, unparalleled unanimity, wonderful happiness, dancing and singing galore.
It feels so much better when you celebrate. Your troubles are little, your pleasures are great. Embrace your beliefs the positive way. You'll feel so much better on Christmas Day.
It feels so much better when family is near. Your pleasures are plenty, your problems are near. You'll share your emotions from past and from play. You'll feel so much better on Christmas Day. It feels so much better to give and receive. The good times are heightened, the worries relieved. You love one another, you're eager to say. You'll feel so much better every day.
Scrooge was better than his word. He did it all and infinitely more. And to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he was a second father. He became as good a friend, as good a master, and as good a man as the good old city knew. Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh, and little heeded them. For he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened on this globe for good, at which some people did not have their fill of laughter at the beginning. His own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him. It was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if anyone alive possessed the knowledge. May this be truly said of us, and all of